Hi, welcome to my science lab, also known as my kitchen. We are going to do an experiment today to discover what affects the sizes of moon craters. So you should have already done your prediction. Now we're going to go straight into the experiment. So the first thing that I have done is I have made my meteoroids. I've got one that is about 1 centimeter in diameter. I have one meteoroid that is about 3 centimeters in diameter. And then I have one that is about 5 centimeters in diameter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop each of them twice from the same heights and see if there is any difference in the size of the craters. Before I do that though, I want to prove to you that these are different weights. If we were in person, I'd have you hold them in your hand so that you can feel the difference in them. But since we don't have that luxury, I'm going to show you with a simple balance beam, balance scale. So here, let's start with our 1 centimeter one. I'm going to place it right here. You can see that it is heavier than the air that's existing over here. I'm going to put the 3 centimeter here. So if it's lighter, it'll stay just like this. If it's heavier, it'll fall down. And if it's the same size, it'll even out. So let's try. Oh, no. Definitely we can conclude that this is heavier for sure. Now let's try the 5 centimeter meteoroid that I have. I'm going to measure it with the 1 centimeter. Without it exploding. It is definitely heavier than the 1 centimeter. But let's try with the 3 centimeters and see if this 5 centimeter in diameter is heavier or lighter or the same. Oh. Well, we can conclude that the 5 centimeter meteoroid is heavier than the 3 centimeter one. So also, if you don't have clay, this is modeling clay that I've used and sculpted. Since it's Easter season, you may have some of these laying around. You can drop different Easter eggs and put different weights inside. Like this one, I have nothing. This one, I have a 50-gram weight. If you don't have weights, you can use anything. Just, think about how much it might weigh. You could use coins. You can use pennies. Just use different amounts so that the weight is different, so you can see if different weights in the same object affect shape. In this one, I have 100 grams inside. Again, more than likely you don't have these kind of pieces just laying around, but you can use household items. You could even use things like rice, different food items, just to make these have a different mass in them. So I'm going to prove to you again, because I'm going to show you with an Easter egg too. Here's the egg that has nothing. Here is the egg that has 100 grams. So again, you can definitely see that the 100 grams, it has a higher mass. This is the one with 50 grams. And again, the 100 grams has more mass. And I'll just prove it to you one more time. The green one has nothing. So now that you're able to see that I have different masses of objects, I'm going to go back to our modeling clay and we're going to start. Of course, the first things first, whenever you're doing science experiments, safety's first, so you need to put this in case put your goggles on or any kind of glasses that might protect any kind of particles that would be in your way. Of course, you gotta look fashionable. So then, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on. And here is my moon surface. I had flour left over in our science lab that I know has been touched by multiple people. So I did use flour for us. You can use sand, you can use dirt, anything that could potentially represent the moon surface. This is clay powder. You can go outside and dig up some stuff. You don't have to buy anything. Here's some clay soil. And again, sand is another good option if you have any sand lying around that you could do this in. If you're really clean, you could potentially do this and reuse your flour, but I want to make sure that you're being sanitary as well. So what I have to do is I'm going to take first my 1 centimeter diameter meteoroid, and I'm going to drop it from 25 centimeters. I'm going to actually measure from the top of my pan, again, and also with the pan, you can use anything. I happen to have a reusable pan ready to go, but you can use one that you can wash. You can use any kind of container that would hold your material here. So first I'm going to drop it from 25 centimeters high. Got my measuring tape out. And again, like I said, I'm going to measure from the top here. My angle might be off on the camera, so just know and trust that I am dropping at the appropriate height. And boop. And I'm not going to add any extra force. I'm just going to drop it in there. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop my 3 centimeter in diameter meteoroid. And finally, I'm going to drop my 5 centimeter in diameter meteoroid. Woo! Goodness gracious. All right, so let's uncover what we have done here for our first drop. I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging. Let's go through with the 5 centimeter one. Take this guy out. And I'm going to measure. You can measure in centimeters and inches. You can convert any of these also. The width of this is about 7 centimeters wide. The depth is about 3.5 centimeters. So I'm going to record that in my journal. Make sure you're doing the same. So I recorded that in my journal under the appropriate spot. Now let's measure the 3 centimeter crater. All right, so the diameter of the 3 centimeter crater is about 4.5 centimeters, and the depth is about 2.5 centimeters. So again, I'm going to record that in my journal. And then I'm going to find my 1 centimeter. I'm actually going to drop this one again because I don't like how it got covered up by the 5 centimeter one. So I want to be as accurate as possible. So here we go. I'm going to measure again the 25 centimeter drop. And it made a crater right here before it rolled down, and this crater is about 1.5 centimeters in width, and it is about 1 centimeter deep. So again, I'm going to record that in my journal. And then next, I'm going to drop each of these meteoroids. I'm going to set my moon surface back up. I'm going to drop each of these meteoroids from 50 centimeters each. I'm going to do them one at a time instead of having done it all at once, just so I can make sure my measurement is more accurate. So we've got our 1 centimeter meteoroid, and again, I'm doing it from 50 centimeters now, so I need to up my measurement here. So here we go, 1 centimeter meteoroid. Whoops, let me try to aim it a little better. All right, whew, let's see. So I dropped it higher. All right, so the width of this one dropped from 50 centimeters is about 2 centimeters, and the depth is now about 2 centimeters as well. So that definitely changed the size by dropping it higher. I wonder why. All right, so let's do the 3 centimeter meteoroid from 50 centimeters. All right, again, I'm going to try to aim a little better. All right, so now I can measure my crater width. That is about 5 centimeters from left to right there. And then the depth is about 2.5, maybe 3 centimeters. It's about 3 centimeters. I don't know if you can see. about 3 centimeters deep. So again, record that in your chart for the meteoroid that has 3 centimeters diameter. All right, and I'm going to now drop, I'm going to set my moon surface back up. I'm going to now drop my 5 centimeter in diameter meteoroid. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. Nope. Take 2. All right, let's try that again. As with science, sometimes you fail. All right, I finally got that meteoroid to crash into my moon surface here. I'm gonna release it so I can measure from top to bottom. That's inches. Let's make sure I'm on the centimeter one. This width is about 7 centimeters, and this depth, right, the deepest part, it goes up to, let's see, 4.5. So it is 4.5 centimeters deep. So again, I'm going to record that on my chart, and I'm going to now think, what in the world affects the size of moon craters?